New Luvafoodie iced tea. 4 clean drinking iced tea flavors. Lemon lovers, passion fruit lovers, raspberry lovers, and blood orange lovers iced tea. Eat clean, be well and stay well with our clean eating spice blends at Luvafoodie.
Hi everybody, welcome to Luvafoodie Live. I'm your host, Michelle Mazzara. Today is June 6th, Monday. We're doing our shows a little bit earlier now that it's summertime. I figure that people are cutting out of work early, and so we're going to start earlier. So today I'm very happy to have a friend of mine and special guest, Susa Ritts, who's the owner of Crazy Good Dressings, seasoned olive oil. So Susan, how are you today?
I am great, and it's so lovely to be on this. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So we met, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago through Women Who Really Cook,
Yes.
which is a local group here in the Twin Cities for women who are involved in the food industry, chefs, restaurateurs, product developers like Susan and I, and we got to be friends. And Susan, so tell us a little bit about your background and then what led you to get into this space, which is highly competitive with all the olive oil stores out there.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Gosh, my background is actually my whole entire professional career has been in sales, and I did non-traditional advertising sales for years. So I spent a ton of time on the road and was always in restaurants trying things. Lucky enough to be in fabulous places like New York and San Francisco, and they have amazing food. And I grew up cooking, and things transpired kind of over my life that I was gone too much, needed to make a little bit of a change. So while I was trying to figure that out, I was again cooking a lot, and I was trying to come up with something that I could use on all my salads, pasta, potatoes, that sort of thing, but also marinade, meat, fish, and chicken. Looked for it at all the stores, was very frustrated because everything I saw, I couldn't find a thing that didn't have salt and sugar in it. And I wanted mine to be clean. So I decided to make my own. And I did that, and it took a lot of trial and error, and my husband and I tasting all kinds of things. He finally got a little tired of it. He's like, I just can't swallow any more vinegar. Anyway, I came up with my oil, and I have an original and spicy, and I started using it myself. And at the same time, I was doing a little bit of catering, and all my friends' kids were graduated from either grade school or high school. And several asked me to cater their parties, and I put this on all of the salads that I made, and then I would leave them extra. And everybody loved it so much, they kept calling me and asking for more of it. So I was basically giving it away. And took it to farmers markets, and that's how it all started. And it sold like crazy at farmers markets, and actually a few stores approached me, took it there, and then I went to Kowalski's. You're well aware of who that wonderful store is. And it's grown since there, and I've added a spicy flavor, still sodium and sugar free. So it's so healthy, but it tastes like you might be cheating because it's very good. So it's been quite the journey, and I'm growing. Mm-hmm.
You are, and I have to ask you. So I've made a pasta this weekend, and actually I've tried both of your flavors, the regular one and the seasoned one. What press is this of olive oil?
It's a first cold press extra virgin Italian olive oil, and yes, and I know the whole crazy thing about oils, where you kind of never know what you're getting, or if you read the labels, you might see it's just a combination of several different oils. And that's a problem.
Yes,
but it is. And I work with a vineyard in Italy and buy direct from them so that I know what I'm getting.
Nice.
And it's a really tasty oil. So that was the first. I did that. I didn't do it initially because I wasn't making a lot, but then I got to a quantity where that actually was more, it was better for me to do that financially as well. And so yes, I know what I'm getting, and I know that there's that problem, and that still is a problem. See, if you're buying oil, look at the label.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what part of Italy are you getting the olive oil from?
Yeah, Sienna.
Have you ever been?
Yes, I have. And I obviously COVID didn't go for a couple of years, but I'll be back there soon because, I get to write my trips off.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I've done that a few times too.
Yeah.
I would love to go back to Italy. It's one of my favorite places, and I've been to Siena. So, have you actually been to the olive oil maker?
No.
So
I
we'll.
haven't, only because we've been working together for about 3 years, and
Okay.
I just haven't been back there in those 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then, where do you get your seasonings, your herbs, or your spices that you use? Do you outsource those from a co-packer or from a spice company, or?
I just went with a co-packer. So the product is now being packaged by a wonderful company, and so we agreed on where all the ingredients, where they would get those, where they would source those. So they're all, they're clean, organic. They're not all organic. We're having a hard time finding a pepper that's organic, which is interesting, but it's just a super clean product. And the co-packer is great, and they're local here too. Local meaning in the state. They're not in the Twin Cities, but they're in the state.
Right. So, what is the shelf life? Like when you open up a bottle of this crazy good olive oil, do you need to refrigerate it? I'm asking some of these questions, even though I know the answers, but not everybody watching has no.
I'm glad. Sometimes I forget to say that. So again, I'm going to tell you all the highlights of this wonderful product. It's first and foremost, in my opinion, it's sodium and sugar free. You can cook with it just like a regular oil. And if you know a lot about oils, olive oil doesn't have as high a heat point as other ones. However, because this is a combination of ingredients, it gives it a higher heat level. So you can still grill, marinate, saute, broil with this. So I use it on my chicken, fish, veggies, you name it. In summertime, we grill all the time and we're using this. But what totally sets this apart is you can also use it on your pasta, as you mentioned. Potatoes, it's amazing on. So obviously salads, veggies. It's popcorn even. You can pop your popcorn in this. You need no other spices, nothing. It's all set. It's all
maybe Luvafoodie.
Except for that, yes, that's absolutely right. You could get a little creative with that.
So, Susan, you're in, as we mentioned, Kowalski's. What other stores are you in the Twin Cities and then outside of the Twin Cities?
I'm pretty much in Minnesota. I am going outside of the state soon until that's final, though I don't want to really say where. But so Kowalski's, Lunds and Byerly's, Hy-Vee's, not all the Hy-Vee's, but a good number of them. And it's all on my website where you can get it. A bunch of little mom and pop stores. And I am crossing my fingers that that I will hopefully be in Von Hansen's soon as well, and which is a terrific store. Jerry's too. And so I'm in about 60 stores in Minnesota right now. And
so do you have a broker, Susan? Are you working with a broker?
No, and I need to.
So you're getting all the distribution on your own?
Yes, that's correct.
So like the mom and pop stores, you just went to yourself?
Yes. I just bring it to them and have them try it. Some of them, Minnesota's great about that. A lot of them, they just will give it a try without I just explain what it is. But I am very supportive of my product. I do a ton of demos because tasting, once people taste this, the vast majority come back. They're hooked. They want it. So,
right. So you have a co-packer. Do you have a distributor?
I have actually 2 distributors, which is a little unusual. It's just I started out in kind of a weird way. So I have 2 of them. And they're both terrific. And one is just starting.
Who are they?
Ron Marr Distributing and Market Distributing.
Who just got bought out by?
I don't remember the name. I have it on the tip of my tongue, but I have it all written down because they're in, I think, I think they're in 28 states.
Mm-hmm.
So they're on a everybody sit tight for a few months while we're figuring it out kind of thing. But obviously, all of us that have market as a distributor are hoping that the new owners take our products, across the country.
Well, yeah, because they should have salespeople that are out in the different with your product in a book and out repping it and trying to get it in distribution in other states.
Yeah, well,
Right?
I assume they're going to be doing that. They did let us all know that they want everyone again to sit tight for like 6 months while they kind of figure out how they're going to do it and what's going to come first and what their priorities are. So we're all sort of waiting, but I am working with market just right now, just to get it in a variety of other stores here in the here in Minnesota, basically, while we're waiting that one out. Mm-hmm.
Isn't it LaPerry Foods?
You know what? I should know that by heart. And
I think it's LaPerry. From what I was told, it's LaPerry because they are out east, and I'm pretty sure that's what the Kowalski buyer told me. I'm pretty sure it's LaPerry Foods.
Then they would know that. Yeah, they would know that. So then I'm sure that that's correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm dying to get in there. I'm dying to get in front of them. So hopefully soon.
Mm-hmm. So that's good. So you have a distributor. Now the smaller one, the first one you mentioned, wouldn't get you outside of Minnesota, but
No.
LaPerry, who I just about market, would be able to get you outside. So if anyone is watching who's a grocery buyer or a grocery store and is interested in you have the capability to go outside of Minnesota with LaPerry at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the goal. I am in a couple of, I have some stores in Wisconsin, a few in Illinois, and a few in Florida. But that was me personally going to these stores, and I'm ready for the big team to do it. And then what I didn't mention is everything, all great stuff that I already told you about this, but this also never needs to be refrigerated and has an 18-month shelf life. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have on the shelf at a store. It's a great thing to buy. No hurry to use it, and it's super tasty.
And like you said, for me, I cook I don't cook every night, but when I do cook, I use olive oil. So I mean, this wouldn't even last me 18 months because I use it quite generously.
I know, and I keep telling everybody. I mean, this size, I go through this size in 2 weeks. So because I cook with it, I use it on my salads. I use it on pretty much everything. Obviously,
right.
dip bread too. Yeah, I use it all the time. Mm-hmm.
And
so
Susan, is there one? I'm sorry. Is there just one size?
Nope, we have 17 ounce, which is this one, and then 8.5 ounce if you want to start a little smaller. But this is also a wonderful, what a lot of people are buying it for now, what a great idea, a hostess gift. So instead of buying a bottle of wine, if they're going to someone's house that loves to cook, they're, buying a bottle of this and bringing it with them. And it's also during the holidays, it's great because they're great stocking stuffers and things like that. So people buy it for that too. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the retail?
It's a little bit different at different stores, but this is in the range of $10 to $12 for the 8.5 ounce. And this one is in the range of $15 to $18 for the 17 ounce. So for an oil, that's a pretty competitive price.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And your merchandise in the olive oil section?
For the most part, a couple of stores have me in their salad dressing aisle. Yeah. So, but where I would like to see it all the time is in olive oil, because that's really what it is. You can just use it so many different ways.
Right.
But wherever it sells, that's okay.
Right. You could cross merchandise it in the deli too, because people are, dipping. Have you thought about that?
Yes. And also in meat departments, this is great to marinate your chicken with, your fish, that sort of thing. So fish markets. And also I put a couple tablespoons of this in hamburger meat for burgers or meatloaf. You just need a few tablespoons, but it gives your burgers or meatloaf just another layer of flavor. So it's a great way to use it too. So I love it when some stores carry it right on the butcher counter right there.
Right. The only thing I'll tell you about that is, Susan, if you are getting to the meat department or seafood department in any store, you're going to be looking at a 40% margin. Grocery doesn't require that high of a margin, so your retails would go up a lot.
Oh.
So you may not want to go down that direction with a larger grocery store. That any items in the meat department are typically 40% margin or more. So that's going to be negative for you.
Yeah, that's a great little piece of information. I was unaware of that.
Yep. So
now the area where they do carry it a lot is in the specialty cheese department, because this is a great thing to sort of sprinkle over cheese boards, or if you're doing a charcuterie. So that is another place some of the stores carry it.
Right. Now let's talk a little bit about your cookbooks. You have 2?
I have 2. However, one of them is sold out. Boat Food cookbook is sold out. And I don't know, I may reprint it. I'm not sure. That one is just a fun little, summer gift for people who like to boat. And it's a little spiral bound, fun cookbook. But this one, cooking.
Let's see that one.
Is
nice.
This is an amazing, I realize I wrote it, but it's really an unbelievable book. And the whole premise of this is easy. So it's absolutely delicious food, but there's no specialty shopping involved, which always drives me crazy. And there are no really long ingredients lists. If I am looking at something and I see an ingredients list that's really long, I just turn the page. And one reason I can so rave about this, it has all my favorite recipes in it that are mine, but also friends and family. So there are things in here that I begged people to give me and finally got permission. And it's just, I keep this on my kitchen counter in my cookbook stand, and I use it all the time. It's great. And it's also, which I love, obviously I'm local, I'm a woman. My editor, local woman, and my photographer, a local woman. So
nice.
All Minnesota. Yeah. And it's a great book. It's a great book. So many options in there for you.
Did you self-publish?
I did. Yes, I did. And I had a publisher in Minnesota as well, and worked with some great people for that. And it just sold pretty fast. I actually have already done 2 printings of it. And
nice.
Yeah, I'm getting close to being sold out with this too. It's worth having. It's a good one.
Is it on Amazon?
It is on Amazon. It's on my website. Now, Kowalski's and Lund's have it, but where I don't know. They bought a whole bunch. So
maybe they sold out. Maybe they're sold out. Yeah. So Susan, what's next for you? If I say where's Susan going to be 3 years from now, and let's fast forward 10 years from now?
Well, 3 years from now, I plan on being national with this product. And so in this incredible market where people are so health conscious now, and this is the perfect product. And I don't know a market where it wouldn't do well. And so obviously I'll be a big part of that. In 10 years, well, also in 3 years, I will have published another cookbook. So stay tuned for that. Yes. Okay. And that's going to be a big coffee table book. That's right now, I don't know if we're going to name it this, but 4 seasons of food and fun. So I live on a farm. It's a beautiful farm. I have a lot of gardens. We grow a lot of veggies, fruits, that sort of thing. And I've had my photographer from this book. She's already come out every season and taken some beautiful photos of what's going on each season, which will be part of the book. And then my husband and I love to entertain. So we will have a lot of entertaining tips and party ideas and that sort of thing. So
nice.
Yeah, that'll be part of it too. And gosh, 10 years. I hope somebody buys my coat.
Sitting in Florida in your Florida house.
Yes. I'm actually hoping to relocate there. Not 100%, but probably, 75%. And within the next year, I'll be back, but I prefer to spend a little more time there.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes. You'll have to come visit me.
I'd like to see your farmhouse too. We should get
I would out here. Yeah. My daughter's getting married in a year, and so this August we're having sort of an engagement party out here for her. So everything will be, decked up. We're gonna have a photographer, and so maybe I'll just have you come out for that and hang out for a little bit.
That'd be great. I'd love to meet her. I saw that picture of her. She's beautiful, and her husband's gorgeous, and they're gonna make a beautiful couple. So that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be fun. We'll do that for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
You and I will talk about that. Definitely.
Perfect. Well, is there anything else, Susan, that I'm missing? Oh, how can people get a hold of you? You've got a website.
I do. Okay. Yes. My last name is Ritts, Ritts. So the site is called Putting on the Ritz. And you can purchase on there. I have some recipes you can pull up. And then also, please, if you follow Putting on the Ritz on Facebook and Instagram, preferably both, I post some videos, a ton of recipes. I do a lot of little cooking tips, and I am in the middle. And so we'll be doing this about once a month where I visit other people's kitchens and we make a meal together. So that's one thing to watch too. So there's a lot of fun stuff going on if you follow me.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Susan, I've had your product. I have it now in my kitchen, and I love it. I can attest to it. It's clean. It's healthy. It's flavorful, and I recommend everybody, especially like you said, going into the grilling season. What a great Father's Day gift! It's not Memorial Day, but graduation gift, especially for people that are going away to college. They're going to, have some stuff in their kitchens, and weddings. You could do a big basket with, gourmet.
You can do the cookbook, the oils. I also sell some seasoned salts. We'll talk about that another time. But a whole package of great things. And again, this is, once you try it, it's a must in your kitchen. It really is. It's incredibly tasty. And the best part about it is that it's so good and it's healthy.
Yes. Yes. You represent your brand very well. You go on, I know, TV a lot. You do cooking shows. You're in the stores. So you're very well known in the Twin Cities too. So
yes, and hopefully even more. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I wish you best of luck getting in outside of Minnesota. I know they always say, like for me and everyone, you grow your business locally, and then it morphs into other states and hopefully national. That's our goal, both of our goals. So
it is. It sounds like you're a little more well on your way to that than I am. So we'll have to talk about that too.
It's a hustle and it's a grind and it's constant. So you just can't let up because
I know.
To all the entrepreneurs out there, you have to really believe in your product and you have to really be committed. And if you're that, and then that doesn't even mean it's going to happen. It's just.
No, it's so much hard work, and I love it. I'm crossing my fingers that it'll, I could do this forever as long as it's growing. And it's fun. The TV stuff I love, which is Twin Cities Live. I'm on there about once a month, which is terrific. In fact, it's Tuesday, the 26th, I believe, that might be the 27th. I don't know, of this month. And it's all kind of unique, different salads for your 4th of July cookout. So
nice.
To that, some things that are different. And then in August, they're coming out here to the farm. So yeah, they came last year and loved it. So all the veggies, our gardens are pretty cool. Tons of vegetables. So we eat fresh pretty much all year round. But
I love that.
Yeah, and then we'll have things set up for the party, so you can tune into that too. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Do a lifestyle show from, before the party, or even like a spontaneous like Facebook thing or something live would be fun.
Yes, and I'll talk to my social media people about that, which is a good idea, and that will be super fun. So, and then again, all those dates, if you are following me on Facebook or Instagram, all that stuff we push out, let you know when I'm going to be on Twin Cities Live, when we have activities happening here at the farm, how to get a hold of me, new stores that are added that are carrying the oils. So
Perfect.
follow. Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, thank you, Susan. We're going to end with a jingle, but I also want to tell everybody that this Sunday, I believe it's June 12th, I'm going to have a special Father's Day show. I have a friend, his name is Eric Mueller. I actually met him in a Hy-Vee store while I was doing a demo. He lives in Wisconsin, but he's got his own YouTube channel, and he's done some really, really interesting barbecue recipes using Luvafoodie spices. And he and his children are always in his videos. And I met his children and his wife when I was in the store in Eau Claire. So Eric's going to be on Sunday, and we're going to do a special Father's Day show 1 week before Father's Day, so people can get his recipe, buy the ingredients, make it. So it'll be 1 o'clock on Sunday. So that's an added show. And then we'll be back on Monday with our original show, and we will end with our little Luvafoodie jingle. Have a happy week, everybody. Eat clean, stay well, be well, and thank you for following us at Luvafoodie LinkedIn Live.